What is going on, everybody? Last day, Denver, Colorado, at Tradecraft Industries on Broadway. Come and see us, man. Been doing a lot of fun stuff, a lot of guitar stuff, talking to a lot of people, meeting a lot of people, having a blast. It's been really fun. It's been really, really fun. Had a band there last night.
Thank you.
Yeah. So here, we got our drinks mixed up. That's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
it's
no,
okay.
no. It's okay. It's okay. It's good. All right. That's okay. It just means I have to take another first sip. Yeah, man. This has been super fun. I got to meet a lot of people. Like I said the other day, the importance of kind of not worrying about it as a username and more thinking about people as real people, like just standing around talking. And it's a small enough event where people make it around a bunch of times, so you kind of get to know people and talk to people and, talk about their other hobbies, talk about their families. It's been really, really cool. And then, of course, people buying pickups and buying hats and buying flasks and, just the normal trade show stuff too. But it's just been really, really great. And it's been really awesome. There's hundreds of people. It's really been good. So I hope they do it again next year. I'll be here again next year for it. This got me thinking. I love what Texas Toast is doing. Of course, I've loved what they've been doing for a long time. And one of the things that made me think of was we easily default to the negativity of what a brand does. Especially lately, we think about the Fender stuff, right? But I just really feel like a lot of these big brands are doing more positive, honestly, than negative. Fender's in a different spot because it's a weird direction for this company. But if you just kind of zoom out and look at them on a whole, even though all the outrage gets clicks, and 3 people will make a negative post before one person makes a positive post about anything, right? Not even talking about Fender. And if even, of course, YouTube creators have to fight that incentive to try to get the clicks with hate stuff. But if you constantly just criticize everything all the time, that doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing this. Like, you like things, right? I want to be known for what I like. So I was thinking about some of the major... Oh, there's the ice chipping. We're here for the ice chipping every morning. There it is. Right on. So, and we don't even come at the same time. I think we've been pretty consistent, I guess. Okay, so let's go through kind of some of the big brands. And I guess we'll start with Fender because they're the worst offenders right now. But they're still responsible for getting probably the largest percentage of beginners into guitar year over year. They have the best marketing plan and the best product range and the best range of prices. Even though I personally think it's too many models, I feel like it gives choices to entry level and beginning guitar players. Because it puts a familiar shape and sound to the heroes that they know into their hands. I think that's really important. There's a huge parts ecosystem because of the longevity of the brand. So we can build anything, we can mod anything, we can do anything. Like layer, they're just like the Lego of guitars, the Tinker Toy of guitars, the Lincoln Logs of guitars for you old people. It's a cool thing. And as much as people want to talk about quality control issues, they are some of the most consistent guitars even especially on the low end stuff, out there, because we all know the $300 to $500 guitar is just getting so good right now. You just don't really even have to worry about it that much at that price point. So that's really cool. They also have like the biggest dealer network. So they are, anybody who sort of knows the name, they've merchandised outside of guitars. So you go to Lucky Brand Jeans, you go to a Harley store, you go to a Volkswagen store for a few years. Remember when they did that? So they're bringing people into their brand from outside, and then you walk into a local dealer because they're everywhere, and you've got a new guitar player. That's really cool. That's a good, positive thing. Gibson, first of all, is making incredible instruments. They had a dip. They had it. All companies do. But for the last few years especially, they've been very, very good. And along with Fender, USA manufacturing at scale is something that is difficult to do in 2026, and they're doing it, and they're growing. The same thing with Fender. Gibson also, I praise, and I know that people don't like this. They want to see innovation and all that kind of stuff. But Gibson's Gibson. Fender's Fender. That's what they do. They're holding it down. They're holding down the historic models. They're holding down the original, like the OGs of electric guitar. They're holding it down, and they do a good job of it. Their historic models are fantastic. Their custom shop stuff takes you back to those various eras. They do all that, right? And they've invested in American production outside of just the guitar itself. So, even like where the stuff is, like all the pickups are made, where the bobbins are made, where the pickup covers are made, that's all American made stuff. Actually, I get my stuff from some of the same suppliers they do. It's American made stuff. It's really cool. And that's, for this company who's trying to create that legacy and keep that legacy, that's good. I like that a lot. And over the last 5 or 6 years, their quality has really, really improved. And so they're doing good things. They're doing good things, and they're holding it down, which I think is really, people don't think about that, but we need those pillars of history to continue so that, so that new players are sucked in for all the good reasons, right? I mean, that's what we want. PRS, incredible consistency, 100%. You might not like what Mr. Smith says about tone wood or whatever things he says. But mechanically, with the metallurgy of saddles and the weight of tuners and all the nerdiness that he puts into making those guitars, they're excellent. Their customer service has a pretty good reputation. They have a fair amount of innovation without abandoning the tradition of the guitar, right? When it comes to, thank you. Because they're not making a Les Paul shape. They're making kind of their own shape. They're making, Les Paul, Gibson could say something about that. But yeah, they're kind of doing their own thing. It's good. And the SE line, even though it's more expensive than your entry-level Fenders and your Squiers and your entry-level Epiphones, they have introduced thousands and thousands of people every month to real quality instruments. On the imported side, very high quality instruments. So it's a good thing, and they've created this great middle tier $800 to $1,200 very high quality instrument niche that's amazing. So that's good too. Ibanez, modern design. They push modern design, right? They don't make Strats. I mean, they do, but it's not where their focus is, right? The extended range stuff, 7 strings, fan fret stuff. Their neck designs are unique to them. That wizard stuff that's all their tremolo designs are unique to them. So they're willing to do this, and they work with these artists, and they make these crazy guitars. The Tim Henson thing's nuts, the acoustic thing and the electric thing. Like, they're willing to do that stuff. I think that's really, really cool. It pushes things, right? Yamaha, obviously, we got to talk about Yamaha. They're one of the biggest. They are, I think, the biggest brand in the world, probably. If you include all their other stuff. Um, excellent quality control, excellent value, price points from $200 all the way up to thousands and thousands of dollars. And they're not a big hype brand. They just keep doing what they're doing. And it's really cool. And on the learning side of it and all of that, they're very good at that too. Helping people learn. So, I think it's really cool. I think they're really, really, they're part of it. And then you move on to other brands. We have to talk about Harley Benton, Toman. I'm not. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything negative. To be honest with you, I'm not. Toman, they and Harley Benton, they serve a very important purpose for two reasons that I can think of. One is, well, first of all, let's talk about it. It's in the European market. It's even bigger than it is here. So they're putting guitars in people's hands where maybe even Fender and Squire are not available, right? Or where Epiphone's not available. So thinking outside of just the United States. I mean, I live here, so I have a tendency to think about that because these are my customers. But Toman has a whole nother market outside of us that's way bigger, right? Outside of the United States, that's way bigger. So they're servicing audiences that even the American brands can't service as effectively, meaning that more people are getting introduced to guitars who otherwise could not afford it. And here in the United States, same thing. $300, the $400 Les Paul from Toman, that the Harley Benton thing, it gets a guitar in people's hands. The other thing it does is it forces other brands to improve the manufacturing processes of their inexpensive guitars. So whether I like it or not is not relevant. They're doing good things with that because they're pushing everybody to be like, hey, if this inexpensive guitar is awesome, our inexpensive guitars need to be awesome too. The entire thing raises. So I think that's really good. And to be fair, let's just be fair to it. I don't know if the brand really has been responsible for this, but you all that own those guitars have created a rabid community. I mean, around it. You guys love them things. And so community is community. That's great. You know what I mean? Like, that's really good. That's a good thing. Like, I feel like that's, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. Whether I choose to use them a lot or not, or at all, it's not relevant. The company's doing great things. And then you get all these other brands, Schecter, ESP, Charvel, Jackson. They're serving these very niche communities that are more focused. I was talking to Pete Hendrickson at Hendrickson Amplifiers yesterday because I'd never really seen their stuff that much. And I'll tell you right now, I'm buying one. It's unbelievable. I don't know if I'm going to go home with one today, but I'm buying one in the next couple of weeks. It's really good. But the reason I hadn't heard of it, speaking to the niche thing, is they sell to a lot of jazz players because they specialize in making clean tone louder. That's what they specialize in. There's a couple other use cases that I'm very interested in, and that's why I want one. But I never would have. Oh, did we end up with?
That's nice.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. So they must have realized that it should have been iced, so they made you an iced one. That's nice. Yeah, this place is awesome. It's a new place we just discovered this week. So, serving these niches is important, and I think that's really, really cool. It needs to happen. So, the reason I want to talk about this today is as I'm walking around this show yesterday, and I'm seeing all these small brands doing these amazing things and building this community. And, I stand in the corner of this room and I'm like, this is a small community in comparison to the rest of it, but look what happens when you think about the positive stuff. Companies don't have to be perfect. They're going to make mistakes. We make mistakes. But it doesn't mean that you have to politicize everything and be like, I'm a Fender guy. I'm a, like turn it into like a political party thing. Like I'm for or against anything. They're not evil. They're not trying to just, rape the world. They're literally trying to make it a better place with guitars, and I want to look at things a little bit more objectively. You're going to see me. I'm going to tell you this right now. I was talking to Paul at Mile House Studios, and he's really changing my tune on where a brand like Harley Benton fits. And I think not only have I been wrong, but I also I understand it. I'm learning more, and from people that and so you're gonna see me get a lot more open-minded on that stuff as things go on, because I really get it. I really get it, and I don't know. I might want to try it. I'm not going to do an affiliate link thing or anything like that. It's not about the financial side of it. I'm going to start selling Harley Bentons so that people will buy them and I get money from it. It's not it. I want to understand the people. And I think that hanging out with everybody this week, it's like, all right, well, here's the product. I don't care if I like the product or not. I want to know about the people. Well, maybe I need to understand the product more to understand the people. There's a reason why you guys buy these things so much. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. My heart has softened on that, and I am willing to be wrong on that. And I think I'm gonna learn more. I'm gonna talk to other people, and I'm gonna continue to learn on that. And you'll see. I think I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I just want to learn. Come see us today, and maybe we'll talk more about it in person. Thanks for hanging out.